Hi, today we'll be doing an overview of the Case UI interface. The URL to your Case UI app is mycompanyname.caseui.com. You land here in the login page. So let's sign in. Your username is your email that your admin gave you. After you log in, you land on the home page where there is some aggregate charts for the cases in your app, sorted by practice area, sub-practice area, the amount billed, payments, and so on. Here we are in the cases page, and the left sidebar is the different views you can view your data. So you see the grid, columns, and rows. You get the list view. It's the same data in a different format, and that's the default for the mobile devices. Charts and calendar. Now you see calendar, one of the fields in the cases is a date, and that's why there is a calendar view. So in the calendar view, you can see these cases on a month or year or agenda, different layouts. And if you expand this a little bit, see here up here the burger menu, you can see bigger view. And here you can see the different dates. You can filter the calendar views based on these different dates depending on the case practice areas. All right, let's go back to the grid. On the bottom here, there is the sidebar also, but these are for different pages, the main pages, similar to ones on the top. Here in the grid view, there is an action bar up top here, and there's a drop menu with the same list of views and some other actions like fit to width and multi-selection. We'll get to that later. The new button, you create a new case, download, that's an export CSV file of the data, and import. Report here also is an export in different formats, and then you have cases assigned to me. So if I click on that, it takes me to the cases, but filtered only the ones assigned to me. So here in assigned to me, demo admin, I'm the demo admin, so these two cases assigned to me. I can also see the tasks assigned to me. So I'll click here, I only have one case assigned to me. See here, it's assigned to a bunch of people, I'm one of them. And to go back to the main cases menu, you click cases and you're back where to see all the cases assigned to different people. And you can also access the cases assigned to me from this button here. Also, a different view that's not visible here, if we go to clients, because clients have an address here, you get an additional view that's a map view. And this map view here, you see all the different clients based on their address on an actual map where you can navigate through them, can click on them here, you can see the details of the client, and you can browse between them from one to another, and you can also get direction to the location. Let's explore some column functions in the grid view. Each column header, if you click on it, you'll see some functions. You get sorting, group, freeze, and filtering, two different filtering functions. And each column has the same set of functions. By default, the cases are filtered by the file number being the last case is on top. The second function is grouping. You can group the cases. If you use practice area as an example and group it, you get that column into a subheaders, and underneath list the cases in each of these practice areas. And you can do that with any of the columns. To clear that, you click on the subheader and clear it. You go back to the grid view. Another function is freezing. And freeze is basically keeping the column from scrolling. So here I have the screen fitting on my display, so there is no scrolling necessary. But if the screen is a bit smaller and the columns are expanding beyond the screen, so you'll need to scroll, you notice that the first column froze by default. If I want to freeze here at the practice area so they are not scrolling with everything else, I can make the practice area freeze, and then in this case when I scroll up to the practice area, column stay and everything else scrolls under. The default is the first column only. Another function is filtering. You can use these checkboxes to filter with. So here I am filtering by the real estate and immigration only, and apply the filter. And you notice the notification that details what filter has been applied. And this little symbol here that shows that there is a filter taking place in this column. And if you hover over it, it tells you what is being filtered in addition to the line up here. You can clear that. Another way to filter is using the text filter. It's a bit more advanced, where you can use it to search for partial phrases, or you don't know the full term that you're looking for. You can use, for example, contains. So here I'm going to look for cases that has the word Michael in it, and then it filters. And I can do that with any of the fields. The date field has its own set of terms because it understands as a date. So I can say any case before, and then I pick a date. And to pick it, you can either type the date, manually type it, or you can use the date picker, and you can go and pick dates, months, and the day, and then you apply that. Obviously there's no date, there's no cases before this date, so I clear it and it's back. The next function is search. In any page there is a search function. Let's click on that, and that's the quick search. So here I can type any specific phrase and search for any case using any of the columns in the grid. So here I'm going to use again look for Michael, and then there are filters, 2 of them, and the word Michael is in the case name. But the search function is searching for any field. It's looking through all the fields to find the term I'm looking for. Let's clear that. If I want to be more granular, I can go to the advanced search. Here is the 3 dots, so show more, and you can get into the advanced search where you can target each specific column with different operations and different filter mechanism. You can add more columns to your filtering set. You can choose to match all the conditions listed here, or any of them, or none of them. You can play a lot with these to be more granular and more specific, especially if you have thousands of cases in the grid and you're looking for specific criteria. To clear up any of the search terms that you have here, you reset, or if you want to go back to the quick search window, you show less, and you're back to the smaller window that search any column across the whole grid. Now let's look at the case details. From the grid, or any of the other views that list all the cases, you can click on any of them. So let's take one with the red indicator here and see what that is. So click on the case, it opens up in the case details, and the alert here was for the EAD clock that it's past due, and that's the EAD clock is past due. That's why there is an alert here, and also alert outside on the grid list. The case details has practice specific fields and sections. So here is immigration related because it's immigration case. For real estate case, we'll have different sections like title and loans and so on. On this tab, there's the client that we attach to this case, and as well as the billing section. This is the outstanding balance, but all of the invoices and payments are here, as well as an invoice details. You can look at the invoice details. You can email the invoice to the client. You can print it as a Word or PDF and print it or email it separately. Here, there also you can assign tasks to different employees in the case. These are the different parties, and these are notes on the case as well as attachments. So here an attachment, you can download the attachment or view it in the browser. In the client's page, if you open any client, we'll see personal details, phone numbers, address, as well as which company or law firm they belong to. You can see the cases, past and present cases that this client had, as well as their billing, all the invoices and the cases. It's only this client here has only one case, so it's all of these invoices are in this case. In the different parties also we can do the same thing. So we can look at insurance companies. So that's an insurance company. We'll open up similar details as well as the cases that is related to this insurance company and so on. So every party has similar detail interface with tabs to the different cases and or invoices they have. Some quick functions here when there is an email or a phone number. You can select the client, and then here there's a phone and an email. You can click on any of these and will automatically be prompted to dial. Especially if you are on a mobile device, clicking on any of these will present you with the phone app to either email or dial the phone number. And you see them up here as well, the phone and email. Additionally, if you are in the details of this client and there's a phone number, again, next to the phone you can see the prompt to dial directly from here as well.